Hey, this is me building and strategizing my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And what you're watching right here is my daily update video series that follows the exact same framework every single day. I always start by answering your question. So this means that if you have any question about your business or personal life or whatsoever, you can ask it down in the comment section below, and then I'll answer your question in tomorrow's video. Then I'll run you through my business stats, which is this big ass Google sheet that I fill out every single day. It tracks the growth of my social channels and also the cash, revenue, and cost that I'm having inside of my business. Then I'm running through my to-do list, so what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow in order to move the needle within my business. And then last but not least, I do some live strategy and how I'm planning to get to $1 million a year in personal profit. I've already taken 2 of my previous coaching businesses, consulting businesses, agencies, whatever you want to call them, to more than $100,000 a month. But this time I want to do it a little bit differently by only taking calls 3 days a week with clients that I consider friends and operating at 85% margins. This gives me a bunch of time to build my program, to create content and do the things that I love, while I only basically just speak to clients because I'm not really taking any sales calls. This is the channel you're watching right now, which is my daily updates channel. And what I always do is that I head into community and then I basically just find a comment that I haven't interacted with. So for example, this one here from Humsky, I hope that I said that correctly. Then I read it out loud and then I answer it. And again, if you want me to answer yours, then you can just ask down below. So Humsky, let's get into it, brother. Hey Fred, I'm loving the authenticity of the channel and consistency. Thank you, man. That's not a question, but I want to add to this. I think one of the best things that I've ever read in my entire life is that you should try to build habits that you respect in others, all right? So some of the things that I respect the most in the people that I don't think looking up to is the right word, but really like the people that I admire, both within consulting and online business and info, but also like in general, is always just like as much transparency, honesty, integrity, and then also just like the art of showing up every single day. And once I like read that was like when I started my daily updates channel. It was like I just need to do all of those things and then like combine it in one video series, and then that's the product of that decision basically. Let's get into the question. I got sidetracked. I got a question. I run a lead generation agency, SMMA. Have any tips on finding better leads? I feel if as all the people I get in are one-man bands that can't afford my service and expect me to scale their entire business. Yep, I would be open to the idea, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to grow. Just focusing on lead gen right now. Also, would a full solution offer be more beneficial than something just like leads going in? With my biggest client right now, I take calls for them, which I see as a constraint for the future of the business. I can't take calls for all of my clients. I also close the client on the phone and I gather the payment information, basically selling the leads for them. I feel as if it's too much effort on my side. I like the idea of selling a system right now off the bat, which I've developed, which is just a lead nurture system with custom SMS and email chatbot, but that would come at a higher price, around 3 to 4K. Please let me know your thoughts. Very interesting question here, brother, because I think this is, if I were to summarize all marketing agencies in one message, it's probably this one. So like constantly considering, is it a lead problem? Is it a service problem? Am I offering too little? Am I offering too much for basically the price that I'm charging? Should I add more services? Should I increase price? So I want to run you through my thoughts here. So for like the different services, bro, and what you offer, and kind of like your offer and guarantee and promise or whatever it is, right? It's that, so you can deliver traffic, right? That is typically through paid ads. You can deliver leads, which is kind of like the next step to traffic, so like actually converting people to leads. It can be lead forms, etc. You can deliver qualified leads, right? This means that as you do right now, bro, on the phone with people, maybe you vet them through an email sequence, maybe type form, maybe Calendly bookings, or you can deliver calls, right? So like you have actually triaged the people and booked them in on the calendar for whatever company you're selling, or you can like actually also be a salesman and deliver actual cash, right? And there's no right or wrong. I think it depends. First of all, it depends heavily on the niche. If you work with a niche that already has like in-house salespeople, then of course it's best to just like deliver qualified leads. If you're working with like coaches, info, etc., then it could be an idea to offer a sales team. We do that, for example, for our clients in our marketing agency, because we want to take care of the entire acquisition process from stranger to closed person, and then the coach does the fulfillment, because that's typically what they're the best at. So I think, bro, what you're in here is like, I think it's about making a decision and then going for it 100%, because there's nothing wrong with only offering leads. So let's say that you charge 1K a month for only delivering leads and your goal is 10K, then I would try to reverse engineer and find the best possible way in order for you to get to 10K, right? So maybe that's having 2 clients with a like complete full stack solution for 5K each. It can be 4 clients at, let's say, like 2.5K each, right? 4 clients, 2.5K each, where you maybe do leads and qualification by being on the phone, or it can be 10 clients at 1K each, where you deliver only leads. And again, there's no right or wrong, right? Because 10 clients sounds like a lot more than 2 clients, but it depends on how much time involvement for like every client that you have, and the time fulfillment per client, right? So I think that's how I would do it in your case, brother, right? So like take your goal, reverse engineer, and then like calculate the kind of like the efforts and energy and time from your end in order to make that happen, right? Because it's a lot of people will always kind of like say add more services so that you can make better outcomes, so that your client is more likely to pay you more money. But it's not always the case that is the best. It depends on some other variables: niche, offer, your expertise, cases, team, what kind of business you want, right? So I hope that makes sense, man. It sounds pretty cool what you have here. So I think now it's just about like actually dialing it in, brother. All right. Next question is from Forbes, who says, let me see if you can see the question. Now you can. Hey bro, we recently discussed about Instagram for health coaches. Yes, because you have a case study. But I also have this $50 million SaaS founder where I built the whole YouTube channel for him so that he only has to record and script a little bit. Cool. I see massive potential there, and ChatGPT ranks me this idea 9 out of 10. Well, I got no case study yet for YouTube, but I think this guy is massive proof. So here's the idea. YouTube OS for elite business owners doing a certain amount of money per month. Goal is to productize everything. So I basically build out the whole YouTube ecosystem for them: scripting, strategy, design, recruiting editor, thumbnail designer, and maybe also build them an AI bot that delivers scripts and ideas for them perfectly. And a one-time setup fee of like 10,000 euros. Best would be if they only have to record and then they have an ecosystem that just needs to run, both done for you, done with you. If that is a good idea, I would document the whole day-to-day with the current client, how I build a YouTube channel for a 50 million founder on LinkedIn, YouTube. I think you should do this either way, bro. So I think, bro, you're definitely in an interesting spot in like your entrepreneurial journey here, because you have a case study in one area, but you also have a good opportunity in another. And I think, bro, don't put too many limits on yourself. It's okay to have a business that isn't that scalable sometimes. I know a lot of people always tell you, bro, pick one niche, productize the offer, one funnel, one group of people, sell this one thing, right? Because it's scalable, bro. It's productized. It sounds very sexy. But like, bro, sometimes being an entrepreneur is also just by having a business that is a little bit unscalable while you figure out what is that you want to scale, right? So like you have the case study for health coaches, you can always go that direction. But here in this case, you also have this incredible opportunity to work with a very talented founder, from what it seems like. And it also seems like you are very passionate about content and YouTube and you have a good idea. So like, I think, bro, don't let that thought keep you up at night that like you have to productize and it doesn't have to go that fast, man. Like it's a very wrong perception that every entrepreneur has, that is like, it should always just go so fast. Like there's no fucking need to go that fast sometimes, you know, like just like step back, work with both clients, really like strategize your next move, and then like once it feels right in your stomach and you're like, I really like making this like YouTube setup for these cool people, that fulfills me a lot more than the health coach case study. So I want to do this. But you will never reach that point, bro, where you like really feel inwards if you're constantly stressing over deadlines and scalability and productized and these kind of things. So I think, brother, just like really, really embrace this cool season that you're in, where you can do a bunch of different things, where you're not too tight on your hands, so to say. It's not that you're booked with 10 clients all dragging you in multiple different directions and you don't have time to like experiment a little bit. So I think, bro, do both, man. Like set aside August here to like really work extremely close with that founder for his YouTube channel. And then 1st of September, man, like reflect on August. How was the process? Did you enjoy it? Maybe you don't have enough data, then you dedicate September to it as well. And then you're like 1st of October, you pick a direction. That would be my greatest tip, because at some point you have to pick, bro. It's like when you were younger and you were both like playing handball, football, fucking gymnastics, where your parents were like, you need to pick one and commit. Because like you can't be like the best handball player in the world and the best football player in the world. You have to kind of like pick one of them. I picked football, of course. Come on. And it's the same in business, bro. I had a mentor, for example, when I was running my marketing agency, and I also had my first coaching business, which was Short Form Society, my previous one. And once when we invested into that mentor, he said, the only way that I'll work with you is that if you make the decision to cut one of the businesses so that we can focus on just one. And like we cut off the marketing agency, and at that point the marketing agency was making us 15K a month, and that was like such a big commitment at that time to like cut that, to go all in on the coaching. And then but suddenly the coaching just went a lot better and scaled more because it was our only focus, right? So I think, bro, embrace the next few months and love the uncertainty. Test out the different kind of like clients that you have and the different options, and then you pick one. But I think you need some more time here to like figure out what's right. Then we have Mr. Singh here. Let's see. Hey Fred, I work with fitness coaches and help them get book calls. In your opinion, where's the best place to direct leads to? I'm not sure a full landing page is necessary for a fitness coach. Do you think it's better to send leads directly to WhatsApp, a calendar link, or something else? Good question, bro. It depends on the funnel. So some funnels, right, is like add to, let's say, a landing page, right, where there is a type form. They fill out the type form, and then a dialer calls them up and then books them in for a sales call, and then you make money. That's not how we run it. We run it with an ad sent to IG, where people then drop a follow. Then our appointment setter reaches out through the DMs, and then they book them in for a call, and then close. All right. The way that we do it here with appointment setting is that our appointment setter doesn't send them a link for them to book. They just confirm it manually. So like, hey Singh, do you have time for a consultation on Tuesday at 4? Sounds good. I'll send you the link, brother. And then we see you Tuesday at 4. Then the appointment setter goes into the closer's calendar, books in the spot with notes about the prospect. Then the closer can see, I'm going to talk to this guy. Here is his pain points. Here's where he wants to be. And then that's how it works. So that we don't want the friction with the client going into Calendly and booking. We just want to like confirm it manually, because that's the cool part about appointment setting, is that it's heavily personalized, right? So that's how we do it. But it also depends on countries, bro. In Denmark, no one uses WhatsApp. We also have clients in Scandinavia, so like no one uses WhatsApp there. So that's why we use Instagram a lot. That's and also it's the funnel that I've personally spent the most amount of money on. So that's the one that I've specialized is crazy, but it's the funnel that I believe in the most, and I've ran a lot for many clients, and I've kind of like built a good framework around it. So I think, bro, that's how we do it, and you can definitely take inspiration, but also cater to the market you're selling to. So both like demographic, which means like the countries that your clients are in, what is normal there, like the usual messaging platform, see what other fitness coaches are doing, and then of course also your audience, bro. There's a big difference if it's a middle-aged woman or a 19-year-old carpenter, you know. So I wish you good luck with that, man. Love the answer. Thank you. Love your content again. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it. And then my good friend Alex here saying, Big G, rooting for you. Keep it up. Thank you, Alex. I hope you're extremely well, man, if you're watching this. Very nice. That was, I think that was all questions here. Let's see. Newest, haven't responded. We're up to date. Let's get it. Next thing on the to-do list here for the daily updates is that I always fill out this big sheet here, which is just me tracking every KPI, so to say, inside of my business, at least like my growth and my revenue. So yeah, this is my daily updates. Let's update it. I don't think we've gained a subscriber in the meantime here, but hey, we tried. 425, and then the main YouTube channel is currently sitting on 6,481. Very nice. So 6481. Bro, Instagram is cooked. Look at this. 2758. We dropped 121 followers in a day. I think Instagram maybe be removing some like spam fake accounts. When you run paid acquisition, you get a lot of accounts that are like spammy, fishy. I don't know why. It's a common theme among everyone that runs ads. And also, fun story, 2 years ago, we had a competitor buy me, 10,000 fake followers on Instagram. I managed to remove most of them because Instagram made a feature where you could like remove accounts that wasn't interacting, which is of course all the fake followers and then of course some other people. But I still believe that my account is a little bit unhealthy still, unfortunately. And you're probably wondering why. Fred, that's the best excuse ever for you buying some followers. You want to be famous. If you watch this channel, you know that I'm not creating content to be famous. I'm creating content to have a good business and because I love creating content. But what happens when you get a lot of fake followers is that when you push organic content, and the way that the algorithm works on Instagram is that it will push it out to a small group of your audience, and then based on their engagement and interaction with that organic piece of content, then it will determine how many other followers it want to push it out to. So the higher engagement, the higher it gets pushed out. If you have a lot of fake followers, you're basically cooked, right? Because none of them will interact. And two, it ruins your retargeting ad setup because you'll now have 10,000 people that will never buy anything from you that ends up in your retargeting pixel and data, which is also ass. Okay, we're back on track, sorry. Just a good note for people trying to understand more about paid ads, targeting setup, yada, yada, yada. So for revenue yesterday, I did $2,000 here on WAP. And then we also received an agency client payment bank transfer. So we have to do some math here because that bank transfer was in AED because it's a UAE based client. So I'll just quickly do some math here. The transfer was 34,772 AED. So it is 34,722 divided by 3 because that's my personal take home from that client. And then we need it in USD, so AED to USD. So that is 3,151 plus 2K, so it's 5,151. There we go. And costs. I need to check my phone again here, huh? That was today, and we track 1 day behind. So I don't think massage is a business expense. So zero, very nice. So currently for the month, we're sitting at 18.9K in cash and the absolute same in rev. Obviously, it helps when you get a full pay from a client, and also, but yeah, it's okay. Again, August, I'm also full capacity here in August. So again, all the payments that you're seeing coming through is from existing clients only, which I'm very grateful for. The people are renewing and paying their installments and these kind of things. Very dope. Today, I just had one call only today. It was with an agency client of ours. I spoke to the founder, which was a very good call. I really enjoyed it. His business has scaled exponentially over the last 3 months of working with us, which is super cool. But it's important to speak to, because a lot of business growth is like there's only a certain amount of strategy, and of course we try to make the best possible ads, appointment setting, offers, sales process, lifetime value, upsell, downsell process, all of these things, right? But it's something happens to a person when they suddenly 3x their personal income in 90 days. So it's my job to make sure that they also have themselves along this journey, because it is, to be quite very honest with you, it's very overwhelming to suddenly scale fast in business, make more money personally and more volume and more people, more responsibility, more stuff going around, right? So I tried a lot to work with our clients in the agency. It's one of my key areas. I try to take care of the founder that we're working with. So it's not like he made $1 million a month and now he's making 5. It's nothing. It's not nothing in that area, right? But it's still that increase in personal income and business. Yeah, it does something to you. And if you don't handhold your clients and help them and how do we act now that we're a business with multiple employees? We have more like employees. How do you handle employees? No one taught you how to handle employees, right? So yeah, that's I had that call with him. It was a very good call. He's a very, very good guy. So yeah, other than that, I wrote 3,000 words about lifetime value, because why not? I'm gonna use it for a topic call on Friday in my community, so tomorrow. Also for my program that I'm building, and I'm probably gonna make a YouTube video on it as well, which was nice. Then I just like answered all clients, wrote some more program material. It was a little bit more like visual models and so it wasn't that text heavy. So today was a good day. For strategy, I think we can maybe like talk a little bit more about like how you don't really have business problems. You have a lot of personal problems, especially because now I have a few clients. I have like 3 or 4 one-on-one clients that now are entering the stage of like going from, let's say 60 or 70k a month to like 150 to 200k a month. And the only thing that will take your business from 70k a month to 150k a month is, in 80% of the cases, your team, right? The people that you have hired, your closer, your setter, and your client success manager. At least if you're an info and agency. Of course, then you can have an agency. It's more like media buyer, team members. But I'm more focused on info consulting. That's where the majority of my clients are. I work with a lot of agencies, but a lot of them pivot into being a consultant like myself. I also have an agency, but people know me for being a consultant. I don't want to be in like a box of like, oh, he's an agency owner. I got sidetracked. I'm so sorry. But it's very much about like team members. So like how you are a leader, how you check in with your team, how you track them, how you determine performance, how you set expectations, and just like how you suddenly have a business now where other people are depending on the business success instead of just you. So like taking that next step is like working a lot with the founders and my clients, the ones that I mentor, on like how they will be good leaders and how they manage their team and how they hire and all of these things, which is very, very exciting. Because I like when I was 24, I had 14 full-time employees, right? So like, yeah, it was definitely a little bit too early for me at that age to have that many people below me in my own company. But it taught me so much, which I'm like incredibly grateful for now. Like it taught me so much. So I work with people there a lot. I think, of course, there's also other things going from like 80 to 150k. Let's say just like as an example, it's like $500,000 Danish to $1 million Danish. Except for team, it's also about like heavy about your offer stack and lifetime value. So like making sure you make the most out of every lead. Like there are many businesses that I've worked with where within the first 30 days, I can add 20 or 30% to their bottom line by just tweaking their offers and helping them with a renewal process. So like install a renewal process to either upsell, renew, or downsell clients. So many people neglect that. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm writing this like big comprehensive doc on lifetime value, because if I can teach my clients everything I know about lifetime value, that's the best thing that I'll probably give them. Also some more stuff, but you get the point. So yeah, the importance about being the person that can lead. So like the right habits, the right mental frame, like setting the tone for the rest of the team. And then when you become that person, then how you actually hire, how you track, how you monitor, how you attract, how you build culture, these kind of things, right? So very exciting. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll see each other tomorrow.